Good morning, guys. Glad you guys are with me today. Glad you guys are here. We're going to do just a quick review today of solving equations. So just a quick equations review. I've just got 3 quick examples for you here. If you would, please go ahead and hit pause, copy these down, and give these a try on your own. Excellent. So now that you've tried these, let me go over my work and see if you and I agree on this. Looking at number 1, example number 1, I've got 4y minus 7 equals negative 15. Of course, my goal anytime to solve an equation is to get the variable by itself. In this case, the variable is attached to the coefficient of 4, so the order of operations tells me that I need to undo this 7. It's farthest away here. So the opposite of add 7 is, of minus 7 is going to be to add 7. And I recognize negative 7 plus 7 will give me 0. Now, to follow my rules, I have to remember to do that on both sides. So, negative 7 plus 7 is 0. That leaves me with 4y equals negative 15 plus 7. I can use a calculator or I can do this in my head. That is definitely going to give me negative 8. And at this point, I recognize that I'm just trying to do 4y equal to negative 8. Now, if 4 times y, I need to undo that. The opposite of 4 times y is divided by 4. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 is actually 1y, but we rarely write down the 1. We normally just cross it out. So y equals negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. On example 2, I've got a fraction in here. Don't get too freaked out about it. So I'm going to think about the same thing. It's really not a lot different than this one. If you look, these are very similar. I'm still trying to get the x by itself, and it's still attached to a coefficient. So I need to do the opposite, just like I did up here. So what's the opposite of minus 4? It's plus 4 to both sides. Of course, negative 4 plus 4 does give me 0, so it ends up going away on this side. Leaves me with 1/3 x equals, of course I've got 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. Now this says 1/3 times x. That's the same thing as x divided by 3. So x divided by 3, to get rid of that divided by 3, I would times it by 3 to get rid of those. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to multiply this by 3 over 1. On both sides. Of course, 3 over 1 is really just 3, right? So that gives me 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Well, wait a second. 3 over 3 is 1, and that's exactly what I wanted. 1x equals, and on this side, 11 times 3 is 33. Example 3 is similar to example 2. Again, I have a fraction, and again, I'm dividing by 3, but notice there is definitely a difference between these. On example 2, only the 1, or the x here, was being divided by 3, but the 4, the minus 4, was not. On this one, everything in this numerator is being divided by 3. So, just like I did up here, I actually need to get rid of that 3 first. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply everything by 3 over 1, on both sides. Now, this 3 and this 3 end up dividing out. 3 divided by this 3 cancels, and I'm left with 2x minus 5. Over here, I do have 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. It's actually 27 over 1. But as you can see now, the fraction is gone, and I'm left with a problem similar to number 1. At this point, here's my x. I'm going to add 5. Leaves me with 2x. 27 plus 5 is 32. And to find x by itself, 2 times x, the opposite of that is divided by 2. So I'll divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1x, so I'm just going to write x, equals 32 divided by 2 is 16.